Alright, cek suara, udah masuk. Oke, selamat datang di live streaming malam ini setelah sibuk di kehidupan nyata dan kemarin mau live ternyata internet sulit. Oke, kita lanjut saja langsung hari ini. Semoga bisa tamat hari ini. Let's go. Let's go. Belum login coy hari ini. Eventnya, ada event ini ya. Pakai L ya. Di sini. Besok lah, gampang. 12 kan? Bisa. Kok belum coy? Aduh, banyak PR ini juga belum. Ya kok ditingkatkan balik yang bisa ditingkatkan la.
Well, here we go again.
Alright,
Ready?
cepat. Kita main cepat.
I'm gradually getting used to this.
Oh, last we saw, Honu was preparing for battle. But brave Honu won't go down without a fight.
But we still don't have.
Guess what? Honu's favorite bazooka just so happens to be in that storage room.
Alright,
What a coincidentally convenient.
Ira.
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right?
Alright.
He wasn't lying. There's actually a bazooka here.
Okay.
Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies.
Rocket
thing feels just like the sword
launcher.
locust too.
Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher. Itu juga kah?
Careful. It looks like we've got more company. Get ready.
Rocket launcher.
Here we go again. But no big deal.
Rocket launcher. Rocket. Isi ammo dulu.
That should be all of them, right?
Right.
Oh my! Honu is on a streak!
Aku isi ammo dulu. Oh, duduk. Nice.
Well, that's that. But it is gonna be hard to let go of this
Apa nih? Cash. Apa nih?
Congratulations to both of you! Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves! In the final
Yep.
stage, you will face the defending champion. If you fail, you will lose the opportunity to become the festive superstar.
Siapa tuh? Cek, kameranya kasih. Alright. Aduh. Budget ya, kasih ya. Streaming budget. Alright.
Welcome to the 33rd Scorch Sand Festival's third stage in the 20th season, sponsored by...
Right. Cool. Area satu.
No way, I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Wah, ganti. Gak ada suaranya.
Are you a knight of beauty?
Ya. Ada suaranya aja. Kakak.
Bear witness to
Again?
Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz. Enemy targets detected.
Step up, let's see ya. Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Desperate for oblivion.
challenge. It ain't over. Rise to the challenge.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
You are fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
More enemies. This combat needs optima. This is double speed. Ready for another? Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Rise to the challenge.
Still waters of oblivion.
Confess. Rise to the
In the
challenge.
mood for another beating? How's this taste?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. Desperate for oblivion.
Bear witness to let the duel commence.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Pledge thine loyalty. Put forth all your might.
Enemy data net markers activated.
over.
Time for a good old counterattack. Can I have fun this time for a buzz? Commencing some.
Rise to the challenge.
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
That's half the work. Still waters of oblivion.
More enemies.
Is that?
We don't have much time. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Lanjut. Ya udah musuhnya.
Congratulations to the Galactic Baseballer and Firefly on becoming this Sports Sand Festival champion!
Stream 4.
Alright.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony High. On behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations.
Berkhianat kau ya.
As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
Iya kan, you're pengkhianat coy. Dah banyak red flag.
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy.
Apa sih?
Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer? A dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
Wow, fight. Yes. You fight you.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival that I have bequeathed to the masses as...
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the... Do you have any suspect?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this nameless.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious...
Sunday, Robin. I've watched you two grow up, and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. The magnitude of this matter is enormous, and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked Sunday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me in question?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron.
Let us begin. There is nothing else to prepare.
Understood. Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself? Always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god, coveting more than the foundation of the creation?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I...
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed.
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws. The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shive?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is laid bare before the harmony. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the great one? She
Perfectly harmonize. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent. And though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly...
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this.
Kan Sunday rồi.
It's a...
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe within the foundation of law humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Cái setup yang kamu nih kan? Perintah ya.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed.
Langsung ke intinya coy.
Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
Kepatuhan dah.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands. And just as the family has always proclaimed, Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong, natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the down.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world.
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings. Which also means that now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion, I believe, after going through similar predicaments. Let's begin. The first decision. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we sipped later on. Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, that baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, it was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. Its destiny was determined by our momentary. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell, or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer. Interesting. Since you've made up your mind, allow me to reveal from what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds. The Vosicle scorpion. Even if they shy away from humans, These animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now, this story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except that, to most people, he told me, I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I was... I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit, so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable... I look forward to everyone's decisions.
Cái slow coy. Namanya hukum.
It seems
Itu
you,
kan lah, masa
like me,
katanya
are pondering whether a different choice
yang
could have
lain
led to a better
masalah.
outcome. Sadly, his fate would only be more tragic. Say he never gets caught, he would only die from delirium. The methods with which should he be apprehended? Could the hounds afford to turn a blind eye? The answer is a definite. As to your choice, I once again offer my... And the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master, and as per his wish, we had a private conversation. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do you know who wrote this?
My sister, of course. But why would you
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue.
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct?
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
A stray bullet?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably, by the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any vital arteries.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments.
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the harmony's limitations and predicament. As grandiose as the strong, likewise, I've prepared one last question, one last choice. But rest, because this is merely a figment of imagination, a nightmare that has haunted me. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
Yep. Oh. Tetap melawan dengan kamu. Hidup sedang jadi
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison, a place dictated only by the rule of nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis, that is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind.
Revolusi apa namanya? Saya demokrasi lawannya apa? Sosialis coy. Tapi itu masih di atas sing memang gang order itu munafik. Malah parah tuh.
Simply describing thoughts is far
For
too
democracy.
abstract. So allow me to provide a simple example. As you all, during these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief... From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit, living a life of dignity. This, Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all.
It sounds like a flawless theory. But what is the price to it?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
You?
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
Reality check.
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations will be forever lost to them. In other words,
Lari.
it is an
Nah,
escape.
benar. Setuju saya. Stop.
That's another way of
Loser.
understanding it.
Lari.
But there is no shame in escape. On the
Mundur bentar
contrary,
apa-apa tapi
the seeds of
lari.
escape exist in
Apa
everyone's
tuh?
hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams.
Ngam.
But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity, but unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright.
For democracy.
The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as... Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer.
Yep.
We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our...
What is this?
Does this place ring any bells?
I don't know. But I feel it.
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless. But weirdly, when we and Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories. So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery.
I don't know much about dream bubbles.
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha had a connection with this dream bubble?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this place... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering it's the question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely we're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe...
All right, but there are doors all over the place.
I guess...
Apa ini kah? Ini kan?
I'm not entirely sure, but... Let's give it a try.
Yep.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on...
Weird.
Yeah.
This place is quite different from the hope. If I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that hall, and the room on the other side was... Hold on. This doesn't make sense.
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget, so since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall...
Yeah, then let's...
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Tick-tock. I heard some noises from the room.
You and Origami Bird?
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew. Just like Clocky and they follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best.
Sailors?
Could you tell us more about the Compass, Misha?
The Compass is a ship bound for the New World. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use...
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his...
Huh? Oh, weird.
Perhaps Clocky has a hit.
So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville?
Mikhail, that's the name. Now we all know him as the Watchmaker.
Let's make
So, who is he talking to?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmaker. But
well.
Mikhail
Anything special about that name?
is
Okay.
Grandpa's name.
Grandpa? Do
So
you...
what's
But
next?
we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. Could you tell us more about your grandpa, Mikhail?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms.
He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned seafarers. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures.
It appears that the Seafarer has nothing to do with the Watchmaker. So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey. I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves.
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, he often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side. And the difficulties
Matanya
at
kayak
sea
kunci.
didn't seem quite...
You know... Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Okay. Well,
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul, even though the other side of the sea remains.
Yeah, while Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the... Back then, I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him, and he would always laugh and say I was...
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the Watchmaker.
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream book.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary... Could this be some sort of metaphor? Perhaps...
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memory... Perhaps I'll remember more things.
Yep.
Share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left.
Uh-huh. Something feels different about this place.
This is it. I remember this corridor. Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was in that room.
The atmosphere in this room feels totally different.
Misha! You finally come!
so,
Clocky, you're here! Yeah.
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he'd place a log. He described our world as a fountain. At some point, to ensure that everyone had land to settle on, on that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. how I asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure...
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that he said that he knew the crew on the train. And that he had asked them to take me along. He said the journey had...
A train? Could it be?
It's the Astral Express. I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster caused by a star. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventure tales. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach the distant sound of a train whistle.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle.
Yeah. I think...
Alright.
This is the dream jigsaw, right? So we're...
Do you remember? You said you obtained a
Hey, the shape seems to match.
Looks like we're just one step from revealing the truth.
Yep.
This is it. This. While I've spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, here, I learned how to repair clockworking gears. Out of my fondness, I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the...
Yes, but not exactly. This dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks like you...
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something?
Ini masih tidak tahu apa-apa.
March, do you remember when he mentioned a clocky that...
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike...
The answer lies in the Astral Express.
Express.
His experience shows that neither Firefly and when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky.
Oke, sudah atur. Santai aja.
A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Interet apa ya? Kelihatan.
Wait. No way!
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And
Kelihatan.
I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that...
So it's not that the watchmaker's dream bubble is empty,
but
and the whistle you heard was the sound of the...
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind. How about we start with your name? Now, should we call you Misha, or...
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self.
Mikhail?
Now, I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system. Adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure. A name. Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply, Misha.
Mikhail Char.
If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name.
Watchmaker.
The Watchmaker.
Oh yeah, bisa.
So, you're the watchmaker himself?
Himself?
Unfortunately, That legendary figure
Refleksi.
is no
Iya,
more.
rambutnya sama tuh.
As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. And this also marks the beginning of his journey.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the...
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he?
Iya.
I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in his dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning.
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through, but in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my... If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's... I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Asdana, where my friend... I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For the path of Trailblaze, all I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and my hat too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing now. It's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision. Although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Menjadi turbis.
Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this dream and tell Mikhail our decision.
Kita perintis, coy.
Dream 4. The gleam of old blade.
Beautiful blade.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Kill.
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't...
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Haven't you? Now go! Board that train and start your journey!
Yeah.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, It's hard to explain, but it's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now.
Mechanic.
As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
But I only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan.
Bisa ya.
I see. This place reminds you of home.
Transform.
The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Hanunu needs us. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of trailblaze will continue.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever. Leave in peace.
This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why?
When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose the time has come. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to write to us.
Where are you going, watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if...
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't find a way out? Ah, Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. If I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next watchmaker.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea.
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to...
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Astana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade and send invitations to the entire...
So... a desperate struggle against the family?
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us, make sure to send an invitation to the Astral Express.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux 3. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we...
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't forget it.
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks.
Yes, but what I didn't mention, I was a kid. And there was always a special pocket watch. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that.
Yeah. Every night.
But you know what? It wasn't until it was a cup. So, your name should have been, and the watchmaker is just a nameless.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Brief. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Istirahat. Meninggal. Sinar bulan.
I've traveled far enough. It's time for a little break.
Yep.
Oh. So, will...
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
This is... where it ends? You told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that supposed to be? I've been following you. Misha? You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down...
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is? Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape, but don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, whether it's calming, joyful, angry, or sad, all they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong.
Stretching.
I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others.
Yep.
Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the trailblaze.
The will of trailblaze. Alright.
Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore, and venturing even further.
Yep.
The Penacony and Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
It belongs to order. Harmony, coy. Yep. Epic moment.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this.
Eon.
Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so strong that it even impresses an Eon?
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, but on center stage.
You?
Since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake, if you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Oke, uga. Alright. Ya, apa nih coy? Effect.
Please stay tuned.
Oke, uga. Muncul nih topi-topi kematian.
We need a strategy.
Masih ngeri ya. Kan masih itu nih. 5 kali.
Time to test our rapport. Let's improvise.
Oh, kayak adventure.
In the mood for another beating? It's nothing.
Still the same one. Dreams do come true.
Enemy targets
The
detected.
mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Weh. Oke,
Ready
uga.
for another? Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Amin. Oke, uga.
That's what you got?
By the order of the 10, execute the Marastruck!
Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Let's improvise.
Damage-nya tinggi uga. DPS kan. Oke, apa nih? Efek pengguna. Beri efek pasti. Oke. Ini kan? Ini kak? Oh, kak ternyata. Otomatis dulu lah. Tim.
Does that mean he wants to fight us during the...
I'm afraid so.
Yep.
This is weird. Aren't ARC villains usually plotting some dirty conspiracy?
Well, in my opinion, Sunday is deeply committed to his own I sensed a strong conviction and a desire for dominance in him. Maybe he won't accept the outcome, and that's why he'll give it his all in the upcoming battle.
Yeah, you're right. We've even dealt with a Lord Ravager of the Destruction, so a follower of the Order won't be a big deal.
Oh, yang sesat itu.
Anyway, we can't leave the Stellaron unchecked. This is about trailblazing a bright future for Penacony. Now that we've taken up the mantle, we can't afford...
However, the same applies to the Order. Their plan didn't materialize, a desire to dream, to slumber and escape reality. All those hidden emotions have given birth to the sweet dream of the Order. They've harnessed the will of an entire planet to create an eon. This conflict.
What do you mean? Are you not coming with us?
I believe Firefly is trying to say that she's heading off to another battle.
Online. Akhiran dah.
Before I left, the Destiny Slave told me that this journey would bring unforgettable rewards. Even though the script he gave, because one of the lines said, I'll experience death 3 times in the land of the dreams.
3 times?
This time.
This can't be serious.
The first time was a painful death when I was stabbed by the Blade of Dormancy, which led to all subsequent events. The script will always come true.
Dormancy.
In a way that will only be revealed when that page is turned. So now I've understood the meaning of my second death. And I am prepared to face it. Only by achieving victory in this battle can we secure a future for Penacony.
The most terrible form?
The true death, where everyone in Penacony loses themselves completely in the eternal sweet dream.
We must do everything we can to prevent that.
Have you made up your mind, Firefly?
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Thank you again for your assistance for the Astral Express. May we meet again, in reality.
Yeah. Farewell, everyone. May your trailblaze... I dreamed of a scorched earth.
Everyone, are you ready?
A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning sun and whispered to me.
Satu ya. Putih, putih hitam. Baca putih.
Like fireflies to a flame, my biggest death. May we meet again in reality.
Wih. Power Ranger kan?
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history, and the Everflame Mansion will take its place. In the not-too-distant future, that's your next stop.
Land of the dreams.
I hope you find whatever you seek there.
You mean my 3 deaths?
Silverwolf told me about it. It's such a...
Well, I want to live. I'm never afraid of death. People die. And I am no exception. We have to choose where we want to rest forever.
Do you exist just to perish?
Are you not the same, Blade? The end you desire is not. If I were to die now, I would only be a weapon, though its definition escapes me. Isn't this the answer that ordinary people look for their whole lives? The tombstone that belongs to me once bore the inscription, Klamath's Iron Cavalry. Then it changed to Stellaron Hunter. It will bear the name Firefly. And
Okay, Uga.
That's quite unexpected, old man. Who would have thought your crazy plan would... I can sense that this false sweet dream is coming to an end.
The Nameless may be young, but they had... It's a shame you won't be able to see it firsthand. Maybe I won't either. Once something fictional is seen through, yeah. Not just those Nameless. Even Mr. Wings is just like you. Stubborn, won't listen or give up, no matter what. Well, fate is unpredictable, I guess. But in the end, we managed to do it. And now we can find solace. Remember how those idiots cursed us? Well, I don't know if they really meant it, but... Then I'll be joining you soon, you old fool. Let's get together and have supper again in hell. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's to you. A glass of hello and goodbye, Trailblazer. To the imperfect.
It's warm here, isn't it? You're lucky to have found shelter from the rain.
I was just following the scent of life. It's particularly... It's a shame these berries don't have much flavor.
Seriously? In case you didn't know, this fruit is pretty juicy. It becomes extremely... Have you lost your sense of taste?
I can still taste certain things. Before coming here, I stopped by a place called Orkron. It had barren cliffs and nights lit by bonfires. Burgundy snow would fall from the sky, and when it landed on my tongue, it tasted like The flavor wasn't exactly sweet, but it left a lasting impression. When I think back on my past, I realize that what's tying it... Don't worry about it. Losing oneself is a reality that every self-annihilator must face. At least I haven't completely...
Well, congratulations on adding another footnote to your journey. By the way, are you always alone?
No, I had a companion in Orkron. She's a short, nameless girl who aspired to explore IX. She always said she'd walk a path deeper and farther than Akavilis.
Quite an ambition for such...
She became stagnant water.
Well...
Condolences. I don't need them. The girl left with a smile. She never regretted her choice and most definitely won me to say goodbye with a smile. So...
That's proof that you're grieving for...
Or perhaps...
Afraid.
I'm afraid I'll forget the 30 days I spent with her. Just like all the other days in my life. I fear that those vivid red memories will fade away too. There isn't much color left. And besides this...
Hard to imagine. A ranger accustomed to bloodshed, destruction, and chaos finding warmth in the...
Because I have experienced this warmth many times. Long ago, I promised someone that I'd bring it to more people. And that for as long as this red color still lingers, I have a chance to fulfill that promise. It represents a burning fire. In the end, it will lead me beyond the horizon of existence. And on the other side, I will cut off nihility.
The one blessed by the sleeping and shapeless is considering how to kill them. But you're right about one thing. After spending so much time near this stagnant water, only when I look at this...
When will this rain?
Perhaps when the sorrow...
Have you heard of a planet named Biari Scamandros, Don Hung? It's one of the Paradise Kingdoms under the influence of the Harmony. a sought-after wonderland for the inhabitants of the Dardanu Major, and half an amber era ago, the family held an unprecedented festival there. And after that,
Do you think the same thing will happen on Penacony?
Yes. Or how else can we explain it? The family deliberately used the Watchmaker's invitation.
Because of the nihility, I'm rarely affected by the power of other paths, but somehow I can unconsciously infiltrate them. Maybe that's the...
I would disagree. Biari Scamandros is not part of the credit system or connected to the Silver Rail. It's nothing more than a remote civilization sheltered by the Harmony. But Penacony, if the family messes with Penacony, that would be like declaring war on almost half of the factions in the cosmos.
No, they don't.
What do you mean?
The path in Penacony is impure. The Harmony here has impurities.
Do you remember the ancient swarm disaster? Tayzeronth, the propagation, brought endless havoc to the universe, and it eventually evolved into a fierce battle among all eons. Two paths lost their eons in that war, the propagation and the order. Coincidentally, their downfall is related to a certain eon.
Shipe, the Harmony. Legend has it that they participated in the crusade against the Imperator Insectorum and devoured Anna the Order for unknown reasons.
Holy forgaroni. So you're saying that the two leaderless paths are working behind the scenes?
But I don't see any descendants of the propagation in Penacony. Could it be that the remnants of Beyond the Sky Choir are hiding within the family?
I can't say for sure, but they're definitely planning something for the charm.
Holy wobble-boo. Now, this is getting way too complicated. Is this why you want us to leave Astana right away? Are you giving up?
The Charmony Festival will start soon. There's one thing that I need to confirm no matter what.
Time is running out. I have another plan.
Hold on. Are you thinking of using the Jade?
Exactly. The assistance from the lawful Cloud Knights would be enough.
Think it over carefully. You can only...
I have considered it thoroughly. My companions are...
Thinking.
Are you the only one here, my child? The Nameless is quite the diplomat. Our secrets have spread like wildfire within the family. This is a crucial moment for us. So, where is the chosen one who harmonizes?
What do you mean, Master? I'm right here in front of you, aren't I?
You know, she was supposed to be the star of the Charmony Festival.
But the plan has changed. As her brother, I know she doesn't want to sing for the Order. So I'll take her place.
You've always been wise beyond your years. I'm sure you understand the consequences of your choice.
If you consider this a betrayal, well, there can't be two suns in the sky. I'll step up and take down the other sun if necessary.
Do you believe in karma?
If karma exists, then everyone has their own karma. You have yours, and I have mine. And my karma has nothing to do with you, Mr. Gopherwood.
All right. Since you're willing to sacrifice yourself for her, I'll grant your wish.
Well, The compromise came sooner than expected. Why?
You and your sister were born as twins of the Order. And one of you is destined to follow this path.
Is...
Of course. You're still as clever as you were. The opening is near. Go, my child. Seize the power of the harmony and reveal your cup.
I have one final question, Master. Why did you choose to bring the Order to Penacony? Wouldn't it have been better to choose a desperate world instead of a city filled with hope and dreams? Why?
It's for justice, my child. If we lose justice in our hearts, we'll make the same mistake as the Harmony did.
So, it's not you who manipulates the dreamscape with the Stellaron, but...
Well, that's where our conversation ends. Go ahead. The 107,336...
I shall ascend to the heavens, becoming the scorching sun, bathed in my light. My people shall flourish, while all evil shall be eradicated.
This is the interior of the Penacony Grand Theater.
It's quite exhilarating to be flushed into the air by Soulglad.
And not only that, the entire theater is... Even if we're late, a grand let's explore around.
Gosh, the atmosphere here is so creepy and unsettling. Even if there's no audience yet, there should be some staff around. Why is it so silent? Ah! Yikes, they scared the...
Are these puppets part of the stage setup?
Something feels...
There's no other grand theater.
So Sunday's messing with us?
My apologies for the delay.
You scared me! Where are you now?
I'm waiting for you behind the curtain. Following the Asdana tradition, history is a mirror reflecting the universe's truth within it. Naturally.
Okay.
Let us commence with the dawning of the world. After the Dusk Wars, darkness veiled the sky, and chaos consumed the earth. Anna the Order emerged, destined to restore all existence. That marked the first day. They gathered nebulae and forged them into picks, thus creating a grand lyre with black and white keys. Strike the white keys, and the sun rose. Strike the black keys, and the moon rose. And so, the cycle of day and night arose. That marked the second day.
The puppets are gathering around the frame. Are they expecting us to enter it?
The atmosphere here looks similar to this act is named Ode to Prisoner.
I thought things were finally looking up as I managed to dodge.
I genuinely wish to avoid a violent clash with my esteemed guests from afar. Therefore, I've arranged 3 acts before the situation becomes irreparable. Where shall we start our narrative? Well, let's start with the time when Penacony was still a frontier prison.
Oh.
This is double speed.
How familiar.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz. We have the upper hand.
In the mood for an...
Free will, or was destined for oblivion? I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Where shall we start our narrative? Well, let's start with the time when Penacony was still a frontier prison. In 2147 AD, a prisoner named Hanunu ignited a struggle for liberty and emerged triumphant. IPC referred to it as the War of the Frontier, while the Asdanians dubbed it the War of Independence. It's true that Hanunu was a legendary hero, but it must be acknowledged that while he bestowed freedom upon the prisoners, he didn't grant them true liberation. The 3 nameless stayed on the planet, endeavoring to spread the tenets of Trailblaze throughout the frontier prison. Alas, their efforts proved futile.
Let's build another prison, not within the...
Once again, Asdana was engulfed in war, this time the enemies originating from within. The prisoners remained prisoners for the rest of their lives, fighting for freedom rather than living for it.
I hope you like this land of freedom on a scorched earth.
As you can see, their sentences have long ended, and the IPC guards have long been expelled. Yet, these prisoners remain enslaved, not by external forces. Freedom permeates every corner, except fragile souls. It gives...
Prisoners, this is my order. Learn the essence of freedom and teach your fellow...
Hey! Why do we have to fight while enjoying the show?
For I desire not only your enjoyment, but also your assistance in its completion.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Step up, let's see it!
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
free will, or was it destined for oblivion? I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
In the mood for another beating?
That's half the work. On the still waters of oblivion.
Time for a buzz. Ready for another?
Destined for oblivion.
No one can restrain you anymore.
Thus concludes the first act. Amidst a raging war.
This must be how Penacony was constructed. With the aid of outsiders, the prism. However, it appears that Sunday aims to convey the spiritual.
This show is a bit too literary for my taste. But the battle part is quite easy to understand. Anyway, we've arrived at the exit. Let's go!
Yep.
These puppets. Where are they guiding us this time?
They transmuted streams of stars into inked nibs, creating symbols to be pronounced and counted. They molded stardust into flowing rivers, assigning the righteous upstream and the unjust downstream. Thus, all things were marked, and the world learned to discern between good and evil. That marked the third and fourth days.
Yeah.
Look! Another frame!
Ode to Fool.
The surroundings are different from before.
Behold the ensuing tale, a struggle for power. Penacony witnessed the ascent of the 7 major lineages: tree, grass, flower, bird, beast, fruit, and insect. Peace never truly graced Land of the Exiles. The history in this era is rich and intricate, so please allow me to present it in allegorical form.
Welcome to this mansion, dear.
Land of the Exiles was in disarray, besieged by both internal and external perils. Though the 7 major lineages appeared united on the surface, each harbored their own ambitions, leading to ceaseless conflict.
Accountant, we are the pillars of this mansion.
The Black Plum family was the first to fall. They withered away in the White Desert event, orchestrated by the Alfalfa family.
Because Master shaped you from clay, but forged me from fire. I'm superior. My child, you did not serve the old
The leader of the Alfalfa family sought to defect to the IPC, trading freedom for survival. However, his eldest son slew him in the name of righteousness, and ascended as the new family head. The Lammoth family endeavored to extend the silver rail left by the Express, only to be eradicated by the remnants of the swarm, leaving nothing in the unforgiving cosmos. Only when Gopher Wood led the family to Land of the Exiles and earned recognition from all 5 major lineages.
Dear outsider, I beseech your aid in... I wish they could regain their reason and...
This is the second act. Looks like it's about Penacony's journey to becoming the
But this new master...
Perhaps this is the truth Sunday is trying to express, if you read between the lines. The harmony...
Looks like we've gotta help...
In the absence of my master, I am free. But without... I shall sing for my new master, just as their noble voice once read.
Master! Oh, you will return in due course.
This puppet isn't responding at all. This puppet isn't responding at all.
Apa? Apa?
Master! Oh, you will return in due course, and I shall... Master!
Tenang.
Master, now that you have gone. Once, I stood as the most loyal guard among all the servants. Now, with my master vanished, my former master has long departed.
Master is no longer here. I thought I'd be free, but I'm not. Master is no longer here. I
shall be my
own master, or I shall return to my... Without a master, who can grant me...
Thank you, dear outsiders. Heed me, one and all. Cast aside the veils of the...
Get ready. Looks like another fight is about...
The snow blankets all
Trickier to crack. Time for a buzz. Ready for another?
slice like a good...
My friends,
Indulge yourselves!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion. Destined for oblivion.
Alas, they remain but slaves. Thus concludes the second act. Amidst an illusory harmony.
This is how Penacony fell under the family's control. Since the arrival of the Harmony, the land of the exiles has undergone dramatic changes.
This guy really loves dramatic scenes. Bet he comes from a whole lineage of stage performers.
Panjang kah?
They used the planetary rings to establish the law, forging a code of conduct among the masses. A grand lyre with black and white keys served as an instrument, while symbols of articulation and numerical notation took the form of musical notes. The downward flowing river became a melody, and the canon of law dictated the form. Thus, all mortals found their unique place within this symphony. That marked the 5th and 6th days.
This guy is really into these puppets. Oh, I get it now.
And the atmosphere here.
This is the concluding act of this play. I have showcased the past and present of Penacony, hoping that my desire for change resonates within you. And now, I shall reveal its future to you.
Responsibility for the people.
The people lack foresight. We make choices on their behalf and bear the responsibility.
Without a king, who shall protect the weak and stand
We
against
shall
the mighty?
support
Stream forth the gleam of old
and
light.
standing against the mighty.
Without a king, who shall govern the movement of stars?
Everything follows its natural
After the king's
and
departure,
we no longer have king, for we have become kings of all things.
Stream forth the gleam of old lights.
we supposed to kick off a short story and have a fight here just like we did in the preview?
Perhaps we'll need to complete the story.
So, do you think there might...
Farewell, former king. We no longer have need for a king, for we have become kings of all things.
How did it go? You can't change them?
My apologies for my negligence. I forgot to inform you that the final...
Let our previous king recount it to you. Now
Prepare for battle. Looks like...
descending from the infinite spiral staircase, I converse towards the future of humanity. No need to remain or seek my existence. For the contours of my mind shall intersect with my experience.
Another journey for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Can I have fun this time? This combat, this is double speed. We have the ready for another.
In the mood for another beating?
Still waters of oblivion. Again.
More enemy. Time for a buzz. Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
In the hushed expanse of a nocturnal reverie, I read what is mine shall wane.
This is the final scene. It's much more straightforward. He wants to expel the... Let's go. Once this stage play concludes...
Suka bebas dong. For freedom! Nope. Epic moment.
They imbued the world with meaning, perfecting all things in the heaven. Yet, all beings cried out to Enna. And thus, on that day, all beings united and cast the
This grand theater looks totally...
Everyone, get ready.
Epic moment.
That marked the seventh day. Cheers and chants reverberated in the
The stars shine bright. Praise the great one.
Wait. Ready?
That concludes everything related to the Order. What are your reflections on this, my dear? Nevertheless, this is but a trivial blip in the annals of galactic history. You've arrived at the perfect moment. The Charmony Festival is about to commence, and allow me to extend my warmest welcome once more. Welcome to Penacony Theater, and the very place where the...
Kita mau ke dagang.
Your unwavering faith in the trail, true goodness can only be achieved through faith.
Allow me to point out that falling into a permanent slumber is not happiness. Especially when those people are driven by someone else's will and...
Do you still believe that the Order only seeks to control the universe as their puppet, Himiko?
No matter how perfect your vision of paradise may be, a cage remains a cage.
People will never achieve true happiness in a world like that. They would just be toys for the Eon.
It seems you have misunderstood my intentions. Allow me to clarify. My sole objective is to create a paradise free from eons, where the Order ensures the dignity and happiness of all humanity.
That's not the case. If people are to live with dignity, there must be nothing and no one above them. In your so-called paradise, you would be the one reigning supreme.
Nah.
Looks like we won't be able to convince each other, now that our conflict has been destined. However, before the prelude to the future begins, please take a moment. Is darkness equal to daylight? Are sinners equal to the righteous? If you are born weak, which god should you turn to for solace?
Trickier
The
to
Eon
crack.
with great might. Under the banner, you magnify all things in the cosmos. Let's see.
That's half the work. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Still waters of oblivion.
Uhu.
More enemies.
I like their confidence.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
In the mood for another.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion. Sounds familiar.
This combat needs optimize. This is double speed.
Commencing support.
Time to mix things up.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz.
Ready for another? Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Step up, let's see ya. Nice, like my friends. Indulge yourselves!
You took the bait. Time for a buzz.
Step up, let's see ya. How's this taste?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
This combat needs optimize. This is double speed. More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Nice, like a good my friends. Indulge yourselves!
That's half the work. Still waters of oblivion.
I already know your decision.
I now permit you to gaze into the sun.
On these
Alright, Sunday.
107,336 stones, the almighty and powerful strings of harmony are at my disposal. Supreme tuner, harmonious choir, Dominikus!
Sunday, jadi rapat tuh. Aspal.
Lost souls, come and meet your master.
The embodiment of the harmony. So the true purpose of the Charmony Festival is to usurp it?
Oke, jadi aku harus ngapain?
Time for a buzz. Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
In the mood for another beating?
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.
Disorderly
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Feeling like there's another world in front of my eyes.
Wise and perceptive as you are,
More enemies.
answer me this. Why could the harmony and the order merge into one?
This combat needs
Noisy. Disorderly noise. Now noisy.
Still waters of oblivion.
Because neither side could tolerate discord.
Oh, oke juga.
I like that confidence. Now noisy.
Enemy data stick. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Noisy. That's all you got? Nice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I weep for the departed.
And this.
It too shall fall.
Mati kau.
The time has come. Creation will be reborn from the remains of the gods.
Danhang?
Wah, jadi ini bener lu nih.
Radiant spirits, heed my word. Show no mercy.
No mercy. King. Shanto Lufu.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, wake up! Are you alright? Oh, not good. Alright. Stop joking around. The Lightning Lord may be all powerful, but they're... it's a long story. Simply put, Don Hung used the Jade Abacus of Allying Oath and then we returned to reality. Everyone else has also returned from the dreamscape. Himeko and the rest are at the lobby
Not going to come chat with me, sleepyhead.
That voice. Is that Black Swan?
Berlapis coy, apakah musuhnya akan gitu?
Hey, where are you going?
Hey, We meet again, sleepyhead.
What's Miss Black Swan doing here?
Nothing, Miss March. I noticed, though the strike from the General was timely, its destruction was also immense. When emanators collide, but luckily for them, the dreamscape is my home turf. Thankfully, I managed to...
Oh, so that's what happened!
Don't mention it. After all, I wouldn't want to see such precious memories.
Of course not.
Why would you think that? I've never harbored any ill intentions.
Himeko and Mr. Yang are probably still busy. Let's go look for Don Hung first. Look, he's still talking to that cowboy.
One peach sold.
You're awake. How do you feel?
Well, fork me. You must be the...
Don't worry. He's been up and about for a while now.
Allow me to introduce him to you. During our pursuit of a certain person. Which is why we...
No need for thanks. The Galaxy Ranger's principle is...
More or less.
Wait, hold on a sec. This is the first time I'm...
Was it again? Don Hung! No, that ain't it.
What?
Vic. Forget about it.
Yes. When the dust settles, everyone, let's hurry up and look for Miss Himeko.
You're right.
Big moment. Oke, mungkin sekian dulu, udah lelah coy live hari ini. Bukan masih lama kah? Mungkin besok lanjutin lagi. Oke, sampai jumpa di live streaming selanjutnya.